Swimming! I'm shouting swimming. Can't write. Swimming.
I can hear you.
And Mr. Bill Nichols is going to have to tell us the story of the first time that he ever did something called swimming, but he's going to have to incorporate the sound effects that this lovely panel will make. You all could just make sounds as I point to you, and then stop making them after I point to them, make them nice and loud. We're going to use you as an example, so I would go, ooh, and then away. You don't want to wait to go in. Okay, and here we go. Person I don't know, Mr. Bill Nichols, the first time, that's my ass. The first time, hello. The first time that he ever tried swimming.
Well, I was a preteen, and I know you all remember when you were a preteen. It's a weird time. You know, you're awkward. I grew to this size overnight, so my voice sounded like a weird church bell or the theme to Jaws, because it was changing all the time. So I was like talking to people like, so anyway, then it was like, and you know, people didn't find that very attractive. And I wanted to just be like a normal kid. And I had the worst gas, you know, like the worst. I don't know whether it was diet or just, you know, the time of sudden growth. I did eat a lot of burritos, and I was at a disadvantage because my family were witches. And coming from a family of witches is really confusing because you don't really know how to fit in. And I always had a cold that sounded a lot like being a parrot. And so, you know, I wasn't the most popular preteen, you know? And so I go to school and I try to make friends. And they would laugh at me. They would laugh at me like they were pirates on a ship that was going by. And I would be like, no, please, wait for me. And they never would.
Monday Night Football.
And do you guys watch football? Because I do. I don't know why I just thought of that, but there's a good game coming up this Monday. It's the Packers against the Kansas City Chiefs. And strangely enough, they're playing a monkey. Both teams are actually playing one single monkey. It's really weird. It's this new thing the NFL's doing. Anyway, I digress. Back to my story. So I bought a donkey. And I rode it to school every day because I thought, I need a hook. I need something that makes me different. Something that makes kids pay attention to me. So this donkey, whose name was Felix, and he was an incredible badminton player. And so he got really popular and joined the badminton team. And everybody was like, oh, is Felix coming today? And I was like, yeah, he's on the badminton team. And he got evaporated. Yeah, my donkey got evaporated. It is sad. And I remember how he looked the day he got evaporated. Excuse me. This is embarrassing. Anyway, my donkey looked like he was at the top of his game. He was playing badminton 1 second, and the next second, an arrow from a very positive man hit him and he evaporated. So I was like, okay, now what do I do? Maybe I'll join one of the clubs at school. This angered my parents because they wanted me to be in the witches club. And instead, I was like, no, can't I do something normal? They're like, no, witches club. Have you ever been to the witches club in a high school? It sucks. There was a cat in it, though. That's all. So that was a bonus. So I had to join the witches club, but I also joined the chess club, which was chess and hip hop. At my school, I don't know about your old school, we had chess and hip hop. So you had to learn moves and how to dance and play chess at the same time. So I got very, very good, and I went to the national competition where I broke it down. And I broke the hell out of it down. And once I did that, broke the hell out of it down, people noticed. And they said to themselves, he can break the hell out of it down. Man. Sorry. So, At the national competition, I advanced to the championship, and I was breaking the hell out of it down. And Clint Eastwood came in. And he walked right at me with his glare and his little cigarillo. And he said something vague behind me, and I couldn't hear it, so I just kept going.
Yeah!
And of course, he had to throw in the cowboy yeehaw, which I thought was stereotypical for Clint Eastwood, but I was ready to fight him. So I did. And when he hit me, I made a noise that not many people make. It sounded like punching a bag of sauerkraut. And I dropped. And I was on the ground with Clint Eastwood looking down at me.
My dick hurt.
And I'm not sure if he said something inappropriate or if I did, but it was definitely inappropriate. And I gave him my hand, and he was like, "I'm sorry." And I'm like, "You're sorry, I'm sorry, I got you into this." And we walked out, and we walked down to the school gymnasium. And he was like,
Omaha!
First he had to like fill in for Peyton Manning for a few plays. So he called a few plays, threw a touchdown pass, and he was like, "Hey man, look, let's just go over to the school pool and relax for a while." So me and Clint wandered over. This is getting weird, isn't it? And we put on some good 70s music just to relax. We made ourselves some mojitos. Damn parrot showed up to break the mood. And we got into our trunks. And an alien spacecraft came through. And we noticed it, we went back and we sat on the edge of the pool. And I knew that this was going to be
I've
a
never
meaningful
made love
moment.
to a young boy before.
Clint Eastwood, do you guys know him? Because he's really inappropriate. So he said something inappropriate again, and I was like, "I feel uncomfortable, Clint Eastwood." He's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "You're sorry? I'm sorry, I got you into this." He's like, "Why don't we just take a swim?" So we did, and it was quiet. I'm sorry. I really am. And that was the first time I ever took a swim.
Mr. Bill Nichols, our beautiful panel!
Good.